I start like thinking about it.
Hang on, Laura. Hang on. It's the Ebro, Laura Rosenberg live after the live show program. We're here. If you've tuned in, they've told us that they've tweeted out some sort of link. We have some pretty great fans that probably anticipated this going live. And they may already be here. If you didn't listen to the live show today, you may not know that Shawnee Culture got stuck in an elevator.
Yes, he was stuck for like 45 minutes. Like
now,
stuck.
This has sent the thought of it has sent Laura Styles to a bad place.
Yes, Ebro, because I'm extremely claustrophobic, and just thinking about being stuck there, like my chest is tight. And like, I'm just like anxious. Like when it was happening, my palms were sweaty and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I kept thinking of me being in the elevator.
You haven't gone to see a professional about this?
Yes, I have. But I feel like I need to bring it up more now because I didn't think that it was going to make me feel like this today.
Bro. Yeah. So my lady, she's got a phobia of cats. Like literally sees a cat, freezes. Sees 2 cats, 3 cats, we gotta go home. We were in Morocco in this small town Essaouira, and it's an ocean town where like Jimi Hendrix used to vacation. They have like jazz clubs. It's a dope little town. But there's a lot of cats there because it's on the ocean, and it's the deal. When you go to a Muslim nation, there's a lot of cats because Muhammad believed and really loved cats, so there's a lot of cats. B, you go to an ocean town, there's a lot of cats because it helps deal with the rodents, and it's like a fishing town too. So all of the kind of pest control, cats are on the job.
Right.
We couldn't do anything in the town.
Oh no.
Because of her phobia. And so when we got back, she did a hypnosis thing where she listened to these tapes. Her phobia is kind of still there, but it's better. It's subsided a little bit.
Okay.
And it's really like a meditation sort of situation. I think you need to go see somebody for hypnotherapy.
Yeah, maybe I do.
Because you can't live like this.
I was cool. I was like, I got to the root of it. Like, where did this come from? And I talked about it on the show earlier that when I was younger, we were playing hide and go seek, and I hid in a dryer.
Right.
And I would always leave the door like cracked. And this kid like closed the door and was like trapping me in there and threatening me to put a quarter in, and I couldn't get out. And when they finally opened the door, I was so like tense that I couldn't get out. So Laura, let me ask you this. Do you want this passed on to your child? No, it's horrible.
Well, no, but so that's why the hypnotherapy is important, because we got a baby on the way. When baby Darden gets here, I'm like, yo, I don't want baby Darden to be afraid of cats.
Right.
You don't want to pass these like fears on to your children. So you got to kind of confront these fears. You can't live as Kenza gets older, and she might see if she sees mommy go through some sort of episode because of claustrophobia, it's going to scare her too.
But
couldn't it still be in there no matter what you do?
I will still, I'll go on the elevator. I'm fine. I have no problem taking elevators. I just have to make sure that my mind doesn't go, wait a second, what happens if we get stuck? You know what I mean? I just can't think about that moment.
Well, yeah.
So at least there's people who won't even go on elevators. I will go on the elevator.
But even the way the conversation affected you today.
Yeah, I know. It was just too much.
Like, it changed the trajectory of your entire day.
And by the way, today was not
woman stuck in a cave, and then the water like rising, like, oh.
Yeah, but that was Rosenberg trolling you. What'd you say, Rosenberg? Can't phobias be passed on? Is that what you said?
Yo, I'm just saying it might just be built in there. Is it necessarily that they just learn it from her, or can it just be that
Laura's she had a traumatic experience that shaped her feeling. Like, she wasn't afraid of small spaces when she climbed in the dryer as a kid to hide.
True. I mean, listen, I guess it could just be that. I don't know. Is it necessarily just that? Could it also be?
I don't know, but I definitely
you don't know it's that. It's a good story that makes sense of it, but it's also not necessarily what happened.
True, yeah, but there's our fears are learned. Something happened to us, whether it was
I think that's mostly true.
Yeah, we were told something was scary, or we experienced a scary activity in a way that shaped how we view a thing. It's most of us. Right? I was raised in a Pentecostal church. I don't play with the devil. And I'm not even really afraid of the devil. I don't even know if I believe in hell versus heaven and all of that. It's a good metaphor, but I don't think it's, there's people who think these are actual destinations.
Yeah, but are you scared, or you just don't play with it on principle?
I don't play with it on principle. I'm not afraid. Right? But but my point is it was programmed.
Right.
See, I'm not
versus
scared
like
to go into an
you watch horror flicks. It's funny and you enjoy them. And you like being scared.
No, I was obsessively scared with horror movies, though. Obsessively.
Yeah, I'm good.
Terrified. Couldn't even talk about them. My brother would torment me by saying the names Freddy and Jason just to scare me.
Oh my God, me too, Rosenberg.
And then what happened?
Then I just stopped being a little bitch and started watching these movies. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm still a little bitch and I won't watch, so.
Wait, you won't watch a Freddy and Jason?
Hell no.
She won't watch She won't watch anything that has scary in it.
No.
What?
And I love it. I'm at the point now I could literally now fall asleep alone at home to a horror movie and be fine.
Yeah, I won't. I don't play with I don't play with negative energy like that.
But that's different. That's like a thing. I don't play with negative energy. That's like some weird spiritual thing. That's not because you're scared of the movie.
No, but
I just don't want to have
I don't want that
nightmares. I want to be able
psyche.
to sleep. Remember my nightmare situation where I kept having nightmares? I don't want to go back there.
What does Kenza have nightmares?
She had night terrors, remember?
She had night terrors. What did you do for her?
She kind of grew out of it. She's okay now, thank God.
Well, I don't want my niece having these elevator phobias and claustrophobias. And what's the other one? Y'all got a spore phobia?
Oh, why you gotta bring it up?
Let's bring our guest in.
Because y'all got mad phobia. What's the spore thing?
Yeah,
spores,
but then people are gonna send me some dumb pictures.
Small dots with spores and growing little spores and fungi.
Yo, bro, you're disgusting. Honestly.
Why is it disgusting? It's natural. It's actually natural occurring on the planet. But
if it's something that bothers us and you're just repeating it over and over again.
You mean like how you described the person being stuck in a cave with water filling up, so Laura Stiles will have a claustrophobia?
By the way, I actually wasn't trolling Laura. I was bringing up something where I felt what she felt this week.
I hate you both.
She hasn't seen it.
I mean, I can't believe you was doing that to her. It was, she's traumatized.
Maybe we should have gone back to your description of masturbation on the airwaves. Just like actual talking about.
Yeah, but we all enjoy that though. That was something to enjoy.
Guys, we have
a we all enjoy some self-pleasurement.
I don't know if I need that much detail of the male masturbation, but sure. Hey, Brian, what's up? How you doing?
Brian.
What's up, guys?
Brian, what's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, this person here has made an incredible film. It's dealing with the scandal and the terrible opioid crisis here in America. Brian, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me. Good to see you guys.
What's the name of the film one more time, sir?
It's called Junction.
Junction. Bryan Greenberg. Now, you're the director or you're the actor? Keep
going. I'm the director. I'm the actor. I'm the writer. I'm the producer. I did the craft services. Work. I kind of did everything on this one.
I love that.
My baby.
Talk to us about the catalyst for this film, other than the opioid crisis, but how this really affected you, and this was something that you needed to do.
Yeah, well, the opioid crisis is like this thing we all hear about all the time. It's like this existential problem, but it feels a little overwhelming, and we don't really talk about it that much or even know how to talk about it because it's so big and it affects so many people. So I wanted to start these conversations about addiction and kind of understand it for myself. So that's what embarked me on the journey. I also had a brief encounter with, being prescribed Oxycontin after like a routine surgery, and I lost a few months to it, and that really it took me back because I'm not the type of person that likes to have things control me, and I was like, what system was put in place to make addicts out of innocent people? So, I have to preface that I'm not an addict, but I'm an ally. And, I really just want to destigmatize addiction for people and bring some humanity to this because it feels so generic and abstract right now. you know.
Well,
I think it's important to note though, Bryan, that it's like, because people always like have these like stereotypes of like, oh, what a junkie looks like or an addict, right? And how it could literally affect everyone. I remember, and I've told this story before, how I had like I cracked a tooth and I had like an exposed nerve, so they gave me Vicodin for like a week. And I remember after like the 8th hour, like as soon as it started wearing off, I was like, I just could not stop thinking about taking the next pill to control the pain. And sat in that chair, and I remember asking the dentist, "Can I have one more?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh my God, who am I?" Like it is so easy, because you're under pain and you just want to control the pain, and it could be anything. It could be, like I said, something like a cracked tooth to a surgery, and it could happen to just anybody. It's so easy. It's so easy to get hooked.
Powerful stuff, and I think we just need to be very careful about. I mean, the government has cracked down. This takes place in 2017, at like the beginning of when it was too much, and the regulations started coming in, and now this is like it takes place in one day with 3 different characters. So you got the CEO of a pharmaceutical company, you've got a doctor who is running a pill mill essentially, but she also wants to help her patients, and then I play this character Michael, who's like you're saying, it's like he's a rich white guy, has all the money in the world, very successful, wife, kids, like doesn't fit your stereotypical type of what you think as a junkie, and he's hooked, and he's on like death's door, and he's about to go to the street, to get it fixed. So it's just, I don't know, it's a problem that affects all of us, and I just wanted it's such a big thing that I just wanted to take it down into a micro story and really just see these 3 characters in their day and how they're all affected by this problem.
Anika P, we have some people watching us live right now, Bryan. Anika P writes and says, love Bryan Greenberg's work, she says. So shout out to her. I think, one of the things I often think about, I recently just had a partial knee replacement on November 7th, and I took of the prescribed, I think it was Oxycontin, or Vicodin. I don't remember which one. I took one the 3rd night and 4th night to sleep through the night, and then maybe took a 3rd one a couple of days later. But I mostly took edibles, and they gave me some aspirin for blood clots. But I stayed away from the opioids for the most part.
That's good.
And it was for the same reason, because I knew over 12 weeks, I've been dealing with knee pain probably for, a large portion of my life, just from injuries from playing sports, but then most recently with arthritis. So knee pain has just been very common for me, right? And so I wanted to stay away from the opioids just because I knew the urge to just feel good is something we all have, and the shortcut to feeling good is something that I think I know it's definitely a part of our culture here in America, right? Like fast food, everything quick. We want everything quick. We want quick diet. We want to lose weight quick. We want to be in shape quick. Everything is quick. Dan, what's the show? 60-Second Fiancés, and we want to get married quick.
90 days.
Everything's fast. We want everything fast. Or was it 90-Day Fiancé? Whatever it is. So everything's fast. So some of this is kind of built into us culturally, where, we kind of have a society that's based on, going to a specialist, give me a pill and fix my problems. Yeah. I remember there used to be commercials on, I don't know if it was TV or radio, where it was like, do you have shake leg syndrome? Does your leg constantly shake? And it's like, we got a pill for that too.
Yeah.
Big Pharma's running America, that's for sure.
Now, how can people watch this film?
So you can watch it right now. It's on select theaters, but you can just go on iTunes or Amazon Prime. You can rent it. I think it's like $5.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere you can stream it on VOD.
Talk to me about my guy Griffin Dunn. We work out at the same gym.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. He works down with me and my boy Joe at J Train Fitness. But talk about working with him. He seems like a great guy at the gym, but is he a knucklehead?
No.
Is he a knucklehead? You can tell me, Bryan. Tell me.
No, he's cool, man. I worked with him before on How to Make It in America. We did a scene together, and so when my movie started, I got the funding and it started becoming real. I reached out to him because he plays the character of Lawrence, who runs this this pharmaceutical company, and he's a very powerful man. And I think Griffin just has this gravitas towards him that he emulates. And he's such a nice guy in real life. But this character is pretty dark. And I as an actor, always want to see. I believe in actors who don't. We often get pigeonholed as like being the nice guy, being the whatever. But I just wanted to see him because I knew he had it in him. Like, not that he's a bad guy, but just to see him have that little edge to him and play something different. And he just killed it. He was so great to work with. Such a pleasure. Not a lot of like people would, even though I'm an actor, this is my first time directing. So everybody took a risk on me, everybody took a chance. They believed in my vision. So I'm eternally grateful that all the actors that came on board, because a lot of these people, I mean, they got their own shows, they got their own movies. Like, they don't do these kind of little independent films like this. So I'm so honored and grateful that the cast is fantastic.
Oh
Yeah,
what was
Ebro? Dasha Polanco's in it. Jamie Chung. It's fire.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dasha, Jamie. What were you gonna say, Rosenberg?
I was just say from your first moment, Bryan, that this was like a kernel of an idea in your head to release. What's that timeline?
Man, I mean, this took about 4 years, to be honest. It was one of those things. I was working as an actor, but I wasn't really doing the kind of roles that I wanted to do. Like I was saying before, I wasn't being challenged, and I think the audience was also seeing me in the same type of thing. I wanted to shake it up, and I really just wanted to tell this story. So it was hard because I wanted to direct this, and I knew that if I was in a third of the film, I thought that would be attainable. Like, it wasn't doing too much. I mean, Ben Affleck, Bradley Cooper, all these guys do it all the time. It's not the craziest thing to direct and act in a movie, but for my first time, I just wanted to like kind of ease into it a little bit. So that was hard, trying to get producers on board. They're trying to kick me off the film as a director, like, oh, you could just be an actor, or maybe you just be a director and you don't act in it. All sorts of iterations. And then I found some investors, and I would just go to everybody. I would be at a party and be like, hey, what are you up to? I'm like, oh, I got the script. I was just another actor with the script, until I met somebody who knew somebody who, at the Sandguard Foundation, which is a foundation dedicated to fighting the opioid epidemic. They read the script. They believed in me. They saw my vision. They wrote the check, and then it was on from there. So it was completely independently financed. We shot in Rhode Island. It took about 2 years to come out, and it's been amazing. Like, the reception has been great. Like, we're winning festivals, and it's really connecting with audiences, and so many people are coming up to me. People in my own life that I didn't know, because it's such a private, addictions is such a private issue for a lot of people. And, pulling me aside and be like, hey, I also struggled with this. And, thank you for, shedding light on it. And, we need to have more of these conversations. So that part is amazing, that it's really connecting with an audience.
Well, in the film Junction, and on your path to making it, did you learn anything about, the court cases, the money that's being, the companies that are being sued, the money that's being distributed to families? Yeah. Like, what's really happening there?
It's crazy. It's a good question, because I mean, this was an ongoing case. So I wrote this before Dope Sick, right? Before what's the other one? Painkillers, that came out on Netflix. Because independent films, they take a little longer. You don't have the studios just pushing things through. So I'm not an expert on this stuff. So I sought out. I just cold emailed like New York Times journalists, Wall Street Journal journalists, just people who were experts on it. And I was like, hey, this is an ongoing case that's evolving. Talking about Purdue Pharma and what they did with oxycodone and Oxycontin, the Sackler family. And so it was kind of like changing and moving. And I decided, like, whoa, this is too real, and I can't keep up with it, because this is not a documentary. So why don't I fictionalize this? So I can it's not about the case, the Sacklers, Purdue Pharma. It's based on that, but it's really about, instead of like trying to chase the truth that's evolving and changing so quick, I was like, let's just make it about the people. And like, I'm an actor. Yeah. That's what I'm more interested in the moral dilemmas that, all these people go through. Like the doctor, for example, Mary, she's one of the leads, and she opened this pain clinic because she wanted to help people, but she's also got 3 kids, and one got into Columbia, and she's a single mom, and she's trying, all these people are depending on her, and she wants to make money, and, money rules the world. So it's like she's conflicted, and like people depend on her to make this money, but she's also destroying her community. Those kind of conflicts are what I was more interested in. So I kind of back, and then jokes that came out, which I thought was great and amazing. Danny Strong did a great job, but they have 8-9 hours to tell this story. I was like, I only got 90 minutes. I don't need to explain to the audience how the opioid crisis started. Let's just talk about the people. So it's kind of
did you now, because one of the things I'm watching is just how this actually plays out in real life. Obviously, this is a fiction, you know, you articulated, it's a fictional film.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be interesting where we go as a nation in dealing with corporations that know that. I mean, somewhere, somehow, somebody had to say, yo, we are selling a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And this is you know what I mean? And that corporate greed, corporate responsibility, like that's all on the table.
Yeah.
And how we, and I, you know, I think we should feel this way. If this isn't covered and people aren't paying attention, it'll just be another one of those things that falls by the wayside and we don't learn anything from it.
Yeah, exactly. We got to hold these corporations accountable. And I think we are. And, you know, you can see it with the Sacklers, like, you know, but they're even trying to weasel out of it because now they're trying to say, oh, we filed for bankruptcy, even though they're worth $11 billion. They say, oh, we're only worth $2 billion. And, you know, we'll pay the $2 billion. And then you can't, we're not accountable for any other losses.
Right. Yeah. They want to settle out and then you can't come after us anymore.
No, it's not that easy. So we gotta like stay on them about that.
Also in the comments here, we have Joshua and Jackie. They want to talk about One Tree Hill.
Sure.
Reunion. Is that happening?
A reunion? Well, I don't know about a reunion. I mean, Sophia Bush, who was an actor who I was on One Tree Hill for the first 3 seasons as a recurring guest star. It was great. It was one of these shows that like it's just affected people all over the world, and no matter where I go, it's just such a beloved character. But Sophia Bush, who was one of the leads on that show, plays my ex-wife in Junction, and so that was really, we had like a mini reunion because I didn't really get to work with her on the show, but she's fantastic in Junction.
Oh, that's why Jackie Sangalo writes excited for a mini One Tree Hill.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Well, Bryan, we appreciate your time today. Everybody tuned in right here, and anybody watching whenever you get to this on demand, go check out Junction. It's everywhere. Amazon, iTunes, in theaters. Go look for it. Bryan, thank you for your time today.
Thanks, Bryan.
Congrats, bro. Thanks. Now,
hi.
Laura Stiles.
Yes.
Back to your psychotherapy. You're gonna go there. No, hypnotherapy. There you go. Hypnotherapy. Can we get it done?
I've done hypnotherapy before for other
stuff. Did it work?
It was yes. It brought up some things that I was very that I just didn't think that I was feeling. It's very interesting. But yes, I'm not going to say I enjoyed it, but I thought it was successful for what it was.
So it was useful.
Yes. But I think I might try it again. I might explore it. I don't know.
I think I've known you for some time, and you have dream catchers, claustrophobia. We can't even talk about spores, the claustrophobia, the list. I mean, you got a few items on the list. I want to support you in this endeavor.
Thank you. Rosenberg is right there with me though on some things, so
we'll get to Rosenberg. His issues are different.
Just one of them.
You and him only align on the spores.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to fears,
fungus, spores.
Yeah, we don't like
it.
Small dots, growing spores, fungi.
You wouldn't just go throw a cat in your girl's face.
No.
But here you are, just trying to make.
But I will show her a picture of cats, though. I'll be like, hey, babe, cats. I'll do.
How does she feel about Hello Kitty?
Hello Kitty is, and I don't think it does anything. I think honestly with the cats, it's something, and it's not the fluffy cats. It's like the cats that don't have a lot of fur that look almost. How does she feel?
Wait, how does she feel about the bald ones?
Bro, I feel some type of way about the hairless cats.
The hairless ones.
It's
the hairless cats are problematic.
It's a common one though. The fear of cats is common, and it's like. It's funny because I like cats, but I do get it also. I could see
because you don't know what they're thinking, right? You don't.
I mean, if you don't know them, I mean, it depends. Like I've had cats before that I think of them just like a dog. I know kind of exactly what they're going to be doing all the time. They're yours. Like you understand what their MO is. But I could see how you see random cats, but like she gets freaked out if she sees one kitten. Does it scare her?
Nah, it's not a kitten. It's not the kittens.
So a small kitten is fine.
Small kitten won't bother her.
But if she sees just one adult cat, she's scared.
Yes, especially if it surprises her.
Like you're at
Gotcha.
someone's house and an adult cat just walks up.
Yes.
Sure.
There is
yeah.
if she's sitting down and you know how cats like to walk under your legs, under your feet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bro. She may not recover for a good month.
And will it be an outlet? Have you ever had the awkward situation where you're like hanging with people and she outright like screams?
No, it won't be an outright like scream. She will get up and walk away unannounced.
Right.
She will.
And
She's
she'll give
out
you
of
the
the
look like we gotta go.
out of the situation.
And then when she walks away, do you like quietly go like she has a cat phobia?
Yeah, I'll be like, she's afraid of cats, and then I gotta walk over with her because then she's not coming back to the table until the cat's gone. And then on top of that, we have to then have a convo constantly about where the cat is in her vicinity for the rest of the night, and maybe the rest of the weekend if we're like on vacation
Oh
or
my
something.
God.
And we're absolutely not going to somebody's house if they got a cat.
Got you. All right.
Even
well,
even if they say, hey, we know Jazz is coming over, we're gonna put the cat away.
She might be like cool with that, you know what I mean? But people
She has
need
to trust the people that they're really gonna
they
take
gotta
it serious.
take the phobia serious. It's a thing, bro. It's a real thing.
yeah,
but she did the
people have-
hypnotherapy and it seems to be better. She saw a cat. She told me the other week they were crossing paths in the parking lot of her job, and normally she would have like literally stopped in her tracks and waited for the cat to disappear or go somewhere or walk back where she came from and then come back later. It's that bad.
So now she saw the cat. She was like, peace, my
She was
G.
like, cool, the
Kept
cat
it
ain't thinking about me. I ain't thinking about the cat.
going.
Moving on.
No
Let's
problem.
see. Chocolate One writes, hey, y'all, I love listening to you guys. Ebro, you took it too far this morning. Had my 15-year-old asking me all types of questions. Well,
With the
Chocolate
Drake
One,
video.
if your 15-year-old has not, you guys have not had a conversation about pleasuring yourself.
Come on, bro.
you
That's
need
the angle you're going with?
Oh,
You can't
come
just go with,
on,
all right, I
Nino.
went a bit far. You're very stubborn. We all told you this is too far.
Well, I don't think pleasuring yourself is.
It's not about that. You can't do descriptions for
I
people.
didn't describe it.
Laura, did I make up when he said, was the hand around it or was it going over the top of it? You
Ebro.
literally went into detail.
I mean, that's
It's like
not
when
that much detail.
when we tell you to like chill, you just
That
keep
could be talking about a
going.
cup. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put your hand around cups. It's all type of stuff. You got.
It was very descriptive.
Oh
It was
my
like, you can't
God.
listen. You're right. People should know things, but it's not our job to
A
say, hey, we're just going to show
15-year-old doesn't
kids.
know about pleasuring themselves.
But it's not our job to
Of
show
course
their
they
kids
do.
porn. Be like, hey,
I
take a look
didn't-
at this.
Matter of fact, I didn't even bring the topic up. I haven't even seen the video.
Which makes it all the more reason why you're a nutty.
So I had questions like anybody else. You guys want to talk about Drake online?
Yo, you guys see this level of deflection?
Jerkin
Instead of just going, you know
McGurkin,
what? Maybe I
had
went a little
questions.
too far.
What was he really doing?
And we don't even know if it's him. We don't. Because it's
Wow.
literally like he's covering his face with his phone, but we think it is, but we don't know.
Well, Chocolate One, we love you for listening. Talk to your kids about their bodies and sexuality. You know what I'm saying? It's healthy. It's healthy. It's normal. Hot Rod
Yes,
Rick.
Ebro is wild. Everyone's saying that you're wild on the
Hot Rod
comments.
Rick writes,
Okay.
legend has it. Shawnee's still in the elevator. Hot Rod Rick, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Shawnee is not in the elevator. Shawnee, you're around, right? He's there. He's not in the elevator.
Shawnee was
Nah,
able to
he's good.
get out.
Shawnee's good.
FDNY got him out.
And this has been the weekly live after the live program
Bye.
show from Ebro, Laura, and Rosenberg. See you next week. Laura, put your fingers up.